This is my 2003 Pontiac Aztek 2-wheel drive, and I looked around. A shout out to Chris Vicks for teaching me a lot about doing my stuff, but some stuff that I looked up I just didn't find or couldn't find the exact information, so I'm going to try to fill in the blanks for you today as I replace my CV axle. CV axles are very cheap. I wouldn't go with the cheapest. That's me. I've already done my control arms. I've done a new wheel bearing. And you're asking yourself, okay, so why did you do all that? I was getting a popping during acceleration from stop, and I was getting popping from this wheel on turning, and if I had done a little bit more research, I would have found out that it is in fact the axle. So today we are going in this rainy weather. We're gonna go ahead and fix this. So took the wheel off. I'm using a 34 millimeter to take the center off. Chris Vicks actually tells you to wedge a Phillips flathead or something in here to stop this from turning, or you can take the wheel off, take the center cap off, put the wheel back on, and then take it off. I find this is easier and faster. So you're going to need a 34 mil. Take that off. That's off. Next thing is these two bolts. From what I have seen, it's a 19. I think it's standard. But a 19 worked for me. It was a little loose. So after we get that off and these off, we're going to take two bolts to take this whole caliper off and put it aside. We're going to then take this off. This is my control arm, outer control arm. I'm going to take this off. I believe this is a 12. This is going to pop out, and this whole thing is going to swing forward, and that'll allow us to get to our CV joint. But I'm going to take you step by step if I can, so let me switch out and I'll be right back. Alright, back real quick. This bolt right here is an 18. We took the cotter pin out and unspin this. You might, if this hasn't been changed in a while, you might have to smack this. I would put the nut back on until it's flush and then smack it so you don't bunch up the threads. But mine is pretty loose, so we're going to set that aside. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to do, where did that go? We're going to do two 15s. One is right here. The other is right there. So we're going to get those off and I'll be right back. Alright, got those two bolts out. Now we're going to take this assembly and we're going to pull it out. This might be something, I might have to put you down for a second. Oh, there we go. Okay, that's all. We're going to tie it up to our suspension system here in a minute. Then we're going to pull our rotor off. Set that aside. And now we're going to unclip our ABS, knock these back out, and this whole assembly is going to swing out. And that'll get us to our CV joints. You might have to smack this as well to loosen it up before you get started on that. Alright, the nightmare's over. I got these two out. They were pretty difficult. I would actually oil these down before you get started and get yourself a 20 mil. This side's a 20 mil. The other side is a, I think it was, hang on, I don't want to say the wrong thing. You'll be posting about it in the comments. It was a, dang it. There we go, 22. So it's about a 20 on this side and a 22 on that side. And the reason I say it's about, there were some weird ends. There you go. It's kind of flat on the sides. If you have a long wrench, probably do you better. So got that out. Then this whole assembly, like I said, slides forward. Make sure you take your ABS off. This comes off. Now we have to get back here, back behind here, and pry, and this whole assembly should pop out. And I really need 2 hands for this one, so I'll see you in a few. Alright, we're back probably after a half hour of messing around with this. So I tried to pull the boot. Obviously I ripped it off. But I found a trick today, and I don't think I've seen it in any of my YouTube videos. I don't have a pry bar with the V, so I took a adjustable wrench and I wedged it behind here, and I started whacking the end of it. You just have enough room, and you got to keep whacking it for a good, I don't know, 20 seconds, and it finally let go. So I'm going to pull that out. We'll get the new one, slide it back in. Alright, so I have my new one here, and I found out a little trick from another YouTuber that I watch. A lot of this information, you can do anything. You just got to learn what to do. And YouTube's a huge, a heck of a good spot for it. To keep this clip seated, I would use fresh grease if I had it. But you're going to take grease and pound it all the way around here. That way it sticks and it doesn't work itself. It doesn't unseat itself. So it kind of holds it in there while you're pounding it back in. Sounds a little dirty. So I'm going to line this up. We're going to line it up into the hole. We're going to give it a shimmy, and then we're going to whack the end of it with the hammer, and be right back. Alright, I gave it a couple whacks, and just as I thought it was in, I gave it a few more, and then I kind of heard a click. So she's seated. She's good. Now it's now we're gonna run this into our bearing and reverse the installation process. And I'm probably gonna need an alignment after all of this. See you in a bit. Alright, we're finished. Got our bolts back on, got our control arm on, got our caliper and rotor on. Make sure to torque this down. I can't remember the torque. But if you like the video, please subscribe and like it. And I hope to be doing a lot more how-to videos on this Aztek. And coming up, I hope to be doing a why I bought one video. So until then, take care.